We're different here. We don't just get up for another day. We rise. We don't just work. We endeavor. We're women and men, for and with others. We have hope, we believe, and we celebrate. Why are we different?
So we can be the difference.
Welcome back, everybody, to EGFC for our final game of the night. Thank you all for your patience through those delays. I am Keelan Miles, joined on the mic by User Intel for some amazing Smash Brothers crew battles between University of Montana versus Marquette University.
It's looking like it's going to be one full of energy, as these players have pretty much gotten more than enough time to get that practice in, so there's no reason to expect them to not get hot and ready, especially in this format, as it is a bit of a mix-up if you haven't been here all day. Kilo, what are we looking at right now?
Now, Marquette University, one of the top dogs in the EGF, and I mean, there's no question as to why. They got ranked players in Wisconsin on their team. They got players who just look lethal. Even some of their new players like Quaz come in here and put on demonstrations on why you do not mess with Marquette. Meanwhile, University of Montana, they are the new blood in EGF. Very new. Like, only played a couple matches new. And they've got some good players. They've got some promise. But you're going to need a lot more than promise to take down Marquette.
Need to see some certainty. That's all you ever want. So as we see, you know, the pink nerd come out against the Sonic, or the Yoshi as just a simple name. We're going to be looking at a nice matchup. Two characters known just to be moving around. They're going to be hitting each other more often than not until the Yoshi finally gets something to connect.
Yeah, actually, after that initial string from Rodoku, which was very nice, just some good bread and butters right there, fundamental combos every character should know. Oh, they're actually just hitting this same combo over and over again, and Dwyzar really isn't getting a good punish on it, which it is kind of hard to do that in general. And Dwyzar is having a surprising amount of time tracking down Sonic in the air right here. Rodoku using Spin Dash exactly as you should.
Yeah, being able to make it back on to the stage without too much of an issue. But look at this, the poor Yoshi now being left off. Not going to be able to make anything out of it, but we'll be back onto the center stage, forcing onto the edge. Not going to get no charge, but the Yoshi really isn't going to be getting much besides grabbed and thrown into the air.
And now, oof, we could be seeing a kill right here from on Dwyzar. No, that forward smash not going to connect. And as you can see, it is Dwyzar now fishing for this juggle. Up B used, but you're not going to punish that landing at all. Tech Chase doesn't lead to much either, and now another opportunity for Rodoku to find this kill. This goes for the jab.
Yeah, but they are... Ooh, look at that! Giving a bit more room to play. Unfortunately, it's going to be getting hit by some eggs, though making it back onto the stage almost safely. We see the charge going out, looking to just wait its time. Beautiful charge, managing to knock out. Can they land it? Nope. Going back in, both of them returning back into this nice spot, but a good hit forcing them to kind of get knocked back out of the stage, though with Rodoku at 173. Don't know how well or how long this stock will last.
And finally, the up smash of the shield will clean that out, and you can see Dwyzar is, you know, celebrating. Having some trouble, though, getting these hits. It can be very difficult to keep your head in the game against Sonic, so you just got to go for these simple, guaranteed damage combos. That is exactly what Rodoku is doing. Spin dash into up air and up air. That's what they're doing every time. Spin dash into up air into forward air. No more than 3 hits, and that is now what Dwyzar is doing.
And Dwyzar is paying very close attention to it, as Rodoku's finding troubles to move in, though just living up to the name of the title, moving as fast as they can. Going to be looking to just make this fight back on to the ground, charge it up, hit to the stage. Ooh, does not lead itself right.
And it's times like these that we got to remember what a taunt actually is. Think of Pokemon. A taunt is, come here, come here. You can punish me, I'm here. Na 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 na. That is what Dwyzar is doing here. They're saying, okay, You want to approach me? Fine, here I am, approach me. You can approach me right here and now, and then they're getting huge punishes. They've turned Radoku's game plan right on its head.
You're absolutely right, and I love taunts. Always can sometimes mess up with your opponent's mental, so Radoku needing to find a new way, a new idea to change this up. Does try to go for any form of a kill, but it's just going to be grabbed, eaten, and then thrown to the side. Is going to manage to make it back up without no issues, but unfortunately, you're now being guarded away from the Yoshi, so it's important that you're finding these prime opportunities to gain back your space.
Ooh. And uh-oh, can you make it back? No! An unfortunate misplay right there from Radoku, and you know Dwyzar is sitting there happy with getting that 2 stock on the board. Because after how that game started, you could see Dwyzar needed to take a deep breath. And then dish out Radoku's medicine right back at him. Oh, they accidentally did an up air instead of an up B. Literally missed the button on their controller. I've been there more often than I'd like to admit.
You know, you never really know what the players are using to, you know, take these fights. So maybe it's just the Switch remote and its tiny little buttons, you know? You just accidentally hit it, and it just does not feel well. But, I mean, the Yoshi did absolutely great. Look at that, jumping high into the sky, just feeling proud of those kills.
Yeah, as I feel like it was a key difference in that Dwyzar was fishing for a common Yoshi game plan. Counter hits. Counter hits, counter hits, counter hits. But the way Sonic attacks... He's just so happy. The way Sonic attacks, you don't really get the opportunity for many counter hits like that. And they're going to whiff punish you time and time again. So...
Oh my goodness, we're getting it again. You know, Yoshi just seems like one of those psychopathic characters, you know? Yoshi's up there on my psychopath list next to, like, Bowser and Ganondorf, just by the stare Yoshi gives you while jumping in the sky, you know? There's no other character that looks at you that.
Yeah, no, I completely get that. As they... In general, again, love to play around those counter hits. Yoshi's nair out of shield, even just jump nair out of combos, can be brutal for a lot of characters to deal with. But Sonic is always crossing up in one way or another. You're not going to get that opportunity. So instead, they went fishing. They were like, okay, I am going to decide where and when we are going to fight by standing still. And you might think, wait, hold on. Standing still? That doesn't make sense. How are you going to decide where an engagement happens by standing still? Well, the engagement is going to happen on top of you, because they need to come to you because you're sitting there taunting. And that's exactly what Dwyzar has been doing, baiting them in with the taunt. And okay, we got the messages. Radoku's mad, and Dwyzar says you're too slow.
Very loud and clear as we're seeing. Though this fight looking to be a little bit more into the sky, we are already seeing some moves closer to the edge as the Radoku is just looking to try to speed into it. Unfortunately, the homing is going to be leading into its own problem. However, the recovery is there, landing back on the stage. Has to take a double take just to make sure everything, you know, safe onto your left or right. But, well, the Yoshi really just doesn't care about where you're going to be paying attention to. Just look how close they are to getting this stop.
Yeah, that was a beautiful setup right there. The down tilt into the up air tech chase. Didn't quite connect, but you've still got 104% on the board. Now you just need one correct move to get a kill, but oh, double jumping through that forward air. I was scared that off stage for a second, but Yoshi's not going to fall for that one. Landing right there with a back air. That's now safe. You're going to be punished for that one, my friend. And as you can see, Dwyzar is getting all these kills, scooping you up with the down B and finishing you off with the bomber.
I'm not gonna lie, this has been the most emoting I've ever seen in my entire Smash career. You know, at least just watching it, I definitely love to see it. You know, they're in the game for a reason. So, as we see, getting that free walk back in, love seeing the eggs just being used. It's a nice little omelet. But with this fight being closer to the ground, looks like Rodoku's finally gonna be finding some room to move. Unfortunately, it's not going to be lasting too long as once again Rodoku put into the kill percentage.
Now with the kill online. Oh, that forward smash hits like a truck, and the pullback is so difficult for a lot of characters to deal with. Though Sonic can't complain, he's got the same issues. As their landing up air is going to be punished. Do you have a jump? Oh, yeah, you do. You're going to get back just fine in position to get a forward tilt into an up air. Can you get any more? No, the forward smash will shut you down, kill that momentum for the time being.
I mean, just talk about it. As we see, attempting to get that charge is just not going to be finding much room. And then with the up tilt not looking to confirm, you come close to knocking that Yoshi high into the sky, but now they're at 3 stock at 146, and you are not getting any homing. Look at this. This is at a very nice kill percentage, and Rodoku can't do anything when it comes to forcing their opponent off the stage. No, don't do them like this. Sonic makes it back. This is not going on in any montage.
How did that up smash not connect? Sonic was inside Yoshi, but hey, I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. Is now one hit away from death for pretty much both of them. The homing attack still won't do it. They go for that egg lay, and that will be punished. That's no nonsense right there. You're not going to let yourself get eaten like that.
There is only so much you can take in a single game, and that seemed like it was the end of it. But as we see the eggs being thrown, trying to stop, not going to be working too well. Eventually, though, it does seem the tail is going to be what leads the cookie to crumble, as we see that victory go in, but it was by 2 stocks, not by 3.
Yep, and that's about as much as you could hope for with how that game was going. The first game, it looked like maybe Rodoku could have done something, but Dwyzar was dominant in this game too. JV3 for them, and well deserved. Just, there was one moment in particular, we might see something like it here. Their juggling is very non-committal. They wait, and then they go up for the up air, and they're always precise with the up air, but they wait for Rodoku to pick an option in the air, and Rodoku is so preemptive with those options too. Just buffering air dodges out of hit stun. And yeah, very nice follow through and punishing the landing as well. Dwyzar controlled the ground in order to control the air. That's how they went about it.
Yep, just knocking you out before you even have that prime opportunity and setting a good pace, 6-0, just for kind of moving in. I think that's already putting a lot of stress onto your opponents. Weren't able to force you into the third set. Now you get to kind of look and see what are the possibilities or what they're going to run. And I'm very excited to kind of get that capability. We already know that most likely we're going over to PS2, but when we have these player opportunities, I do know we're getting K-More and Memehawk.
Now, Memehawk is going to be coming in on this Diddy, a pretty consistent character, but can struggle in a lot of key mid-tier matchups. At least that's the common wisdom. In my mind, Diddy is just such a neutral-based character that you can use a lot of his strengths to, like, he's one of those characters where losing matchups are not as bad as losing matchups for other characters. Like, a losing matchup for, say, Ganon, you might as well just put the controller down at some points. The losing matchup with Diddy is you need to work pretty hard to get your kill confirms. There are a lot of intricacies that you need to be aware of, but it's still very much winnable.
All I know is this is a popped collar moment because we are looking at Monkey O'Clock for me, at least, you know. All right, listen. If there's any character I love more in this game, it's got to be the two monkeys, and I love Diddy. Players have always found very creative usage when it comes down to the banana, which has always been, it's been the way they kind of control the neutral, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the banana's always been the very central tool. Bring back glide tossing. No, don't actually do that. That was scary. But, either way. Even in Ultimate, there's been so many different variations on how to use the banana. I mean, I feel like the biggest innovation as of late is the Z-drop ledge trapping that covers... Okay, I've heard people say that it covers every option, but then I see people dropping options when it's executed in game, so I'm not entirely sure that's true, but it still makes it so difficult to get back to ledge or get off of ledge when Diddy covers the banana and then just reacts to whether you do a neutral get up or jump, because either way they're going to cover it with the back air.
Yeah, it's a lot of questions that you'll just have to ask yourself, especially just going into that matchup. But I feel Diddy's always had at least one or two major weaknesses, and what possibilities could those be? Because sometimes I worry, could it be just the recovery?
I don't know. Diddy's recovery can be exploitable, but in general, I don't think it's the worst that you could be dealing with. You've got a lot of versatility, mix-ups in terms of the monkey flip and the various angles that you can send the barrels in. And also, a lot of characters just die if they try and challenge the barrels. Like, once you're past 100%, it might just be untechable, and you will die if you try and challenge the barrels, and sometimes Diddy will get back anyways. It's something you've got to be aware of. It's kind of like trying to edgeguard Ness. If you're in position right away, then sure, go ahead, throw an aerial at that Ness, or even better, collide with the PK Thunder and you'll get back to stage. However, sometimes it's better not to risk it, because if you mess up, you die at 60. That's the same principle with Diddy, except you die a little bit later. And we'll get to see who this Diddy will be facing off against. It's going to be a Pichu coming out here from, I think, K-More, was a player who I have not seen quite yet, and I'm excited to see what they bring to the table for the side of Marquette.
I mean, you're absolutely right, and I gotta say, it's been a good while since I've seen the Pichu, but they're looking to gain control over the banana. I guess that's one way to be playing up against the Diddy, making this space. How does the Pichu still work? I always hear such mixed messages, but, you know, it's basically just a Pikachu that damages themselves with a smaller hitbox. How does that work?
Well, it's still a glass cannon. It's a very glass cannon, very fragile. However, that is what I worry about. One of the things people struggle with is confirming kills on Pichu, whether it is landing a strong aerial or doing setups. The banana trip, that's guaranteed no matter what the character is. You trip with that banana and they're right in front of you, you're gonna get a forward smash and that'll kill, as you saw, at like 75.
And, well, it's already looking, though, Meme is at a very high percentage, not one that you can neutrally rest on. K-More is quickly following it up, gonna be able to get back onto the stage. We see the banana is more being used for the afterthought, leads into the second kill. Though the banana, not directly, I'd like to believe it was the motivational part, you know, the cheerleader when it comes to this. But look at this, K-More runs over, steals the bananas, now throwing it up, looking just to find some more room. But the monkey be schmoving when it comes down to this fight.
The dashback monkey flip right there catches them, and they roll right past the banana. Now, banana out of shield. Can you get anything? No, they just choose to jump instead. An opportunity right here. If you manage to get this chase, no, but they use that thunder as a combo breaker. That's frame one. It comes out right there, but they're not able to get much more than that out of it. Opportunity for a combo starter right here. The down throw. What can you get from it? A forward air? Any more damage? No, they choose to back off and go for the ledge trapping.
Able to start forcing this monkey to have to make some difficult decisions. We do see the peanut cannon go out mostly into the air, as that shield cannot last forever. Look at that, an example of that we were talking about. Ends up leading to one small to big mistake, as we see the DK shine up high, and well, they're going to be taking the first round.
And overall, that was just clean gameplay against Pichu. You mitigated Pichu's main strength, which is the size, and you had good enough defense where Pichu never got huge openings on you. Now, let's just take a look right here. 62%, they hold the banana. Now you hold the banana. 78%, they are tripped and then dead. That's all you need to do. It's, again, Diddy's throw range is small enough where it's going to hit Pichu, and if it hits Pichu, they just die. Whoa, hold on. What was that at? That was at like 75 right there?
Roughly, so I would say.
Yeah. So, you go in. Air dodge through that up smash. 73 before the hit. 66 technically if you count before the banana. The banana
Oh.
does 7%? What? But even more than that, you get slapped. They didn't even get slapped by both hits.
Monkey.
Kidding me? Honestly,
Well-
the rate, again, they had to invent a new class of weight for Pichu. If you have not heard that little bit of trivia from the beginning of Alt's history, ultra lightweight right here. The lightest character in the game, and they do have the kill power to make up for it. Their aerials hit like a truck. It does not look right. When you like watch people's percents go up, like, you know, like the sound of Marth hitting tippers or Roy hitting the sweet spot. That is what it sounds like every time Pichu gets a hit. And you hear that and you're like, that can't be right. And then you look at your percent and you're like, oh, that's what it's doing to me? Like,
So I guess then that comes into my question is why, I wonder why they played the glass cannon type character, because I know Pikachu is still somewhat very similar, but it's a safer option. Do you think it's just for style points, you know, just to be able to say that they won on a Pichu?
I mean, they are fundamentally different characters. Pikachu is, like, they have a lot of similar moves, they have a similar recovery, but their game plan is completely different. Pikachu has a lot more neutral tools, and I think Pikachu is overall better, but the combo game from Pichu can be just as formidable in different ways, but we're not going to be seeing any more of that as the Pyramithra is going to be coming out.
It's time to return to Monkey. You can go anime character as much as you want, but you get tripped by the banana, and well, now who's looking more goofy as we see them just juggling around? Not even a juggle, but just tossing around each other. K-More's own side B's going to be beating out. But look at this, Meme is looking just to be able to use that banana the moment that they try to shield out of it. It just gets thrown at their face. The poor souls don't know what to do.
Uses the aggressive barrels right there. I don't know if they were going for a crash or what. I see them angling down. I think they want to crash right on top of them, but they're still getting a little bit of chip damage. However, that Photon Edge is going to do a little more damage. Ledge trapping now from K-More and doesn't punish the regrab. The up smash clanks, and now you can see they're pushing for this landing nair, but it's Meme Hack who keeps getting these counter hits. However, in the overall neutral, it does feel like K-More is in the lead.
I mean, more than anything,
Oh,
K-More's
bear
just...
dodge away.
Oh, that's not going to feel good. I can already see the slow-mo pointing out if they jumped or not. That's just not going to feel good. However, look at this. Meme comes back with a vengeance. Not going to be able to land a banana, so K-More gets back on, but there's a lot of difficulty staying up there.
Now, oh, they get grabbed again. Meme Hack trying to slow the pace of their game down, but they don't even try to challenge that Photon Edge. I wonder if Diddy just doesn't have enough disjoint to get around the hitbox, because it's not huge, but definitely it is a very punishable option. And based on how we've seen Meme Hack play so far, I'm surprised they didn't get it, as they get pineappled at under 30%. K-More down to their last stock. Could be their last stock of the tonight if they don't turn things around here.
That's definitely not the way you want to start out your second game. Though you are playing this Pyramithra, so the comeback potential still there, being able to play onto this side, having a lot of room. But look at that. Go bananas as you're able to freely get back on and look to mess with your opponent landing through. Banana actually canceling out on the side B.
Ooh. That no-nonsense F-Smash makes this a very winnable game right there. One early kill for one early kill. Now who gets the edge here? A trip towards the edge is a forward smash, but that's not going to kill quite yet. An opportunity for an edge guard, but you jump too early. You get caught by those projectiles. K-More now has an opportunity to fight back to get stage control.
They are, look at this, K-More's wanting to play incredibly carefully when it just comes to taking these engagements, spending a bit more time into the air. It's going to be able to grab the banana, drop it down, look for them to be able to be trapped, but it's not going to happen. So, well, just gotta respect the monkey, I'd like to say, because it leads to one hit, and now you're in the air. And, well, that can end up leading to a nice tilt.
Well, they get tripped right there, but they go for down tilt F smash instead of up smash. That's not going to connect right there. And now you can see the F smash puts Meme Hack off stage. They go for the game for the platform, blocks their projectile, snapping straight to ledge, avoids the prominence revolt, and finally the F smash connects. Meme Hack, by the skin of their teeth, it looked like the comeback was coming up, but Meme Hack able to close things out in the end, beating out K-More and putting some nice points on the board for University of Montana.
I mean, Diddy Kong top tier. I will take no debates on that. Oh, just look how Meme was able to control this. I mean, look at that peanut, beautifully thrown. I mean, sure that... Oh, you don't need to show that when I'm trying to hype up the monkey. Alright, that's not what's necessary.
Yeah, it is often just so hard to circumvent the fact that Diddy controls the ground game like no other. And as I called out in Dwyzar's match, controlling the ground game is controlling the air game in a certain sense. Because everyone needs to land eventually, so when you're able to control the ground game, you can punish them anytime those aerial characters come back towards the stage.
And, well, I gotta say, always love it at those moments. My goodness, that was one small to big mistake. I never really want to call it one or the other. It's just something that happens, and, well, I think everybody ends up suffering from, you know, the, hitting the button a little too often. But I mean, we're moving into kind of more even area now. 5-6 from that pressure that was coming out. It's now somewhat easing in as they're now looking at very much a 1-point difference. So with going into the third set, how would you... I always like to think of this is my favorite question always to ask you is, would we the stronger players being thrown in, or are they saved for like the comeback potential, the last two endings?
Well, as Septilence likes to say, as Soy likes to say, this third match is very pivotal because in general, this is where the lead is decided. This is where the pressure really gets put on. You feel each other out in the first two matches, and if you're not like, we have seen some matches today where after the first two matches it was won outright, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Here, though, the teams are more or less even. This is a chance for one dominant player to come in and set the tone for the rest of the match. Because either way, one of the teams is going to walk away with a pretty substantial lead. As it's looking like Chico is coming in. Chico against Blue Cheese. So let me check in on what I got on here. Now, Chico has in the past run the DK, however, they run a very big smattering of different heavies. In particular, their K-Rool 1 week was very formidable. Meanwhile, Blue Cheese on the more meta-relevant Joker, who has the habit of shutting down these heavies, however, it's kind of the top tier effect, where everyone knows how to fight Joker, and while it can be very tough, especially when Punish Game can sort of carry you through these worse matchups. A good DK could just obliterate the Joker before he gets anything started.
Okay. Well, then I guess, honestly, it's more of a not even a flip of a coin. I wonder which card we're going to pull out of the deck. The matchup almost seems like it's going to be something so wild yet so interesting. I would like to see the DK. That's just me on my DK propaganda, as always. But, you know, a heavy versus a possible Joker. How does that look? Because that was the one character that my mind decided to pick out of everything you've said.
Well, 4 dare trains into side B edge guards, into poking, and then 2 hits and Joker might die. Like, that is the thing that you have to contend with every single time a heavy is on screen. They should lose, they should just get comboed to death. But online, they're probably not. They're probably gonna get comboed to 60 instead of death. And then what happens at that 60%? Do they get hit again and edge guarded? Or more likely, do they get one hit and suddenly you're at 60 and suddenly you're dead, and then you have to sit there on your haunches and be like, oh, I just got obliterated. I'm down a stock against this heavy. They're not even really in kill percent, and now I have to get a kill convert. Oh, this is gonna be awful. So you gotta avoid that snowballing. As finally, it seems like we're getting into the match. It is going to be the DK versus Joker. Okay, the makeouts.
Haters will say this is going to be a very tough one. However, the way I'm looking at it, the monkey's got so much of an...
Chico going to be running this DK right here against Blue Cheese's Joker. As you can see immediately, it was Chico who got the opening, but Joker has the range game to box DK out, but as soon as you're above DK, DK is actually pretty good at juggling. Not amazing, especially not against Joker's disjoints, but the ding dong right here off the platform, you're gonna be dead.
Yeah.
Up throw, up air, baby.
Yeah! This is what you've been sleeping on, heavy players. I mean, look at this Joker wanting to get up their persona, just wanting to get up everything. It's not the name, but they don't deserve to be titled, as we see Chico already moving in. Got the slams, not gonna... Oh, that was a pretty good way to tank through it, but look at this, Chico's gonna be having the punch. As long as it doesn't get countered, I'm pretty sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, getting that early Arsene by countering the forward air is nice, but you gotta find a way to use that. That landing there, you're not overshooting, so you're not actually connecting onto Chico, but then up there, is just gonna kill? Hold on, what? Chico's out of there. They're blasting off again.
I live in great sadness as Chico no longer gonna be even having that charge up punch, is gonna just look for the grab, throw you up, and repeat it just from before.
Okay, I don't know if the mash would be able to save them, but either way, you've got to be trying. You've got to be trying, because otherwise, Blue Cheese, you're just going to be obliterated by that up throw up air again and again and again. And we haven't even gotten to, Chico is known for their aggressive edge guarding. They haven't really even gotten a chance to do that because they've killed you with up throw up air every single time.
Oh no, they're going for it again, but look, that counter is available. Eventually it is going to land, and now Chico's wanting to play a lot more respectfully. Is it going to be going for those grabs? A little too obvious. Is going to lead almost into a shield break, but a tiny bit of a launch, and then, oh.
These spot dodges on all of these grabs. I have seen 4 grabs and 4 whiffs as Blue Cheese has gotten a punish on almost all of them. And yet, even with this huge deficit, Blue Cheese is unable to connect anything as finally that raw up there is going to kill. The forehead connects, and that will be Chico getting a 2-stock on Blue Cheese.
You know, you always think the monkey's gonna do what the monkey's gonna do, alright? But here's what you need to expect. It's Monkey O'Clock, alright? We've got bananas on the screen, we're going cocoa nuts, and, well, it's just by far, I think, a very good way to go up against this Joker. You've been playing a lot of Joker recently in your own pastime, and, you know, I want to ask a question. Joker always looks like a versatile character, especially when they get that full meter in. Are they really just like that, or is the DK really figuring out how to go up against it?
Yeah, Joker is a very versatile character. A lot of different playstyles to boot. I mean, if Joker gets camped out, they can definitely camp with the best of them. If Joker gets, like, mashed on, they can definitely mash with the best of them. However, Joker is also a very high maintenance character, and if you're not hitting a lot of your kill setups, like, let's say, fair one, drag down, up smash example, like, if you're not hitting those practice confirms, then it can feel like Joker gets a little stunted. You're forced to rely on Arsene instead of Arsene just being a boost to your already solid game plan.
Then, that makes it very exciting. We can always look at a big switch when it comes to the next round. Obviously, we saw that a little bit before, but I'm wondering how much these players really want to go out. You know, with that Joker possibly going back into a matchup against the Donkey Kong, and it's actually what we're going to be getting. I'd make monkey noises, but I've got to stay professional. How does the Joker look to mix it up?
I feel like you slow the pace of the game down. You don't let Chico know when you're going in. This is exactly what you need to do. Simple, bread and butters, guaranteed combos, guaranteed damage, finding these juggles. But then, you can't stay in and keep brawling, because when you keep brawling, you need to be comfortable backing up, even when you're in advantage, and throwing out the side B, throwing out even the guns example. Like, you've got to be able to control the pace of the game, and not just be on top of DK the entire time, because while you can technically do that, it's not going to always go in your way. It puts you at so much risk.
Ooh, look at that. Able to build it up, thrown.
Up air? No.
It's not gonna land. It's not gonna land. It's just gonna be a little bit longer as we see Chico now being off the stage, immediately being blasted to the sky, such as Team Rocket. but Blue Cheese is looking to get this kill as quick as possible while the meter is still up. And yet Chico getting back on, not going to be baited out by the shield, yet the jabs are more than enough to kill it out. Although that's just not... Oh, there's jabs again.
I love that, jumping out to bait a recovery onto stage and then dropping back for the forward tilt. They're still not going to get the kill, but DK is well into kill percent right now. One mistake right there, one back air, one even F tilt, a dash attack, anything will take this DK's life off of this stage, and you'll have yourself your first stock advantage. But that still doesn't do it. Okay, good DI right there from Chico.
Kilo, what you gotta understand is the smoke's going off on the DK. That doesn't mean we're at close percentage. This means that it's monkey time. Look at this. As they continue to live 2-2-2. Okay, that's not the lucky number. I guess it's our Blue Cheese not in a good lucky percentage in their own right. Close up to their own ability, but look at that. Able to recover, gonna be having some room. Chico really just wants to kind of reset this momentum and get that stock, though. Is Blue Cheese slowing up the pace or being more precise? What's the correct term?
It was definitely just, it was definitely a little bit less even to start out. But then once we got into the ledge trapping, that is where Blue Cheese really shined towards the end right there. So if they're able to put Chico in that position again, I'm a little more confident that forcing the slower gameplay will be good for them, but they don't go for the back throw right there. Already, you can see in the boxing range, it's Chico who eventually gets the edge every single time.
Look at that. Now returning back into a matchup so interesting. As we see, able to launch you crosser out. Oh no! That doesn't lead too good. You don't make it to the edge, rather back onto the stage, and maybe in hindsight that would feel a little better, especially against someone who can make it back onto it. Chico's now got a little bit of a difficulty, especially not going to land the head hit.
Yeah, premium follow-ups right there from okay, hold on. They went for the triple F smash in center stage. Okay, yeah, Blue Cheese deserved that grab, but I understand where Chico is coming from. Sometimes you just need to shut them down.
I mean, it'll land if you're just not paying attention, and unfortunately, Blue Cheese is a person who has very good eyes onto the prize, so as we see that little hit knock it back, Blue Cheese has been the one to take these stocks pretty much first in every right. So now Chico's got to try to bring this back. Unfortunately, he's at that 78, able to throw them up, not going to get that slam, but it's all about the moves. That's what the donkey's got.
Oh, now here come the juggles. You can see an opportunity right here for Blue Cheese to finish them off. Arsene is almost on board. If you're able to get that, you already have Chico in kill percent. This is huge, but now an opportunity for a spike. Just going to drum them all the way down into the blast zone. Just as it looked like Blue Cheese was bringing things back, they switched to Arsene at the worst time. A linear recovery covered by the down B.
Oh, so we're finally here. Performing for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. It's the DK rap, because Donkey Kong managed to bring that back, and I had to say, it was incredibly tense. Blue Cheese was finding a very good rhythm and way to kind of go up against this, but Chico managing to solidify that victory, and well, put this a bit more favor onto their university.
Yeah, that was close. That was a little too close. You can see Blue Cheese was better on the DI and better on the defensive options to avoid those ding-dongs that second game. And again, the awareness right there to go for that down B as soon as you saw Arsene come out. Because Arsene is intangible for the initial parts of the up B, but as it's getting closer to the ledge, that's when it actually gets vulnerable, which is the exact opposite of what you would want on a recovery. But hey, Joker can't have everything.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I just look at the Joker and just some of the ideas, and maybe it's just because of the clips I've seen, they always look like a very strong character, but, you know, it's not always just about matchup, it's sometimes it's just more on who is using that character, and I've got to say, it was done extremely well. We are going to be seeing JRMC G. I'd rather say, spell it out rather than say it, so I never get called out for being wrong, as well as most likely PS2 coming right back in. It seems to be their favorites. But what are we looking at on the script? What's on this list?
I have no idea. I don't know who these people are. As we're trying to get into this now, JRMCG. That is a name I do not know if I know, because this is Montana coming out with JRMCG. And like I said, they are a newer school. We have not even seen the depth of their roster yet. We didn't even get to interview them at the start of the season because they weren't even here. So I'm curious to see what else JRMCG adds to this roster. As I'm trying to see who is Marquette thrown in. Chico, Benefit. Oh, it's Spencer coming in. I see. Now, Spencer, you got to be aware, on this Ness has terrifying flowchart edge guards. PR'd in Wisconsin for a very good reason. If you are off stage against Spencer, you best have your last will and testament prepared.
Oh, I mean, why do you say that? Obviously, with Spencer coming, and Spencer's always a name that I remember, but it's about the legacy that not everybody knows about, right?
Yeah, I mean, Spencer, I believe, has been the captain for a while, though. Let me double check my knowledge on that. Yeah, Spencer has been the captain for a while, and they've earned that position. One of the top dogs for a long time. Oh, bit of a fiasco right there. We forgot to plug in the LAN adapter. Luckily, we caught it very early. We don't really go into the match like that. But again, Spencer, no matter what the character is, there are very few characters that I'm going to say you just don't edge guard. Even characters like Pac-Man, Ness still has ways to pressure at the ledge even if you're not going off stage. Their flowchart is so clean every single time. I mean, even going back to, if you watched the MAC this weekend, we saw Mr. Purple deconstruct several people's recoveries when they needed to the most. That is what actually gave Sienna the win. If Mr. Purple didn't pop off like they did and make it close, we would not have even had a close last match.
Well, I think that's just gotta get you excited. 11-5 does not mean time. Rather, this just means we are going to be seeing, I would say, a very important set. There's very few left inside in the night for a big comeback potential. Obviously, we're going over to the 4th set, so, even though I think Septilence is wrong, so is Soy, this seems like the most pivotal match of tonight.
Yeah, this decides whether Game 5 is winnable or whether the match is over. Like, that's really what it comes down to right here. I mean, look at the scoreline right now, 11-5. If Montana would win this, which against a PR player, against the captain, it's going to be difficult, then Montana would have a very winnable set going into this last one. If they don't win this, even with the minimum point value, Marquette will still have constructed an unwinnable scenario for the University of Montana, unless I am completely remembering what game we're on. I'm just double checking. Are we on game 3? Or game 4? No, it is. This is set 4. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah,
well, either way. Now I do know. If they win this with any amount of points, Marquette just wins outright.
It's a very scary moment to have to put yourself into, but I don't know. I think that's a pressure that everyone will eventually face, so I don't think it's the worst thing to go into.
Yeah, so JRMCG, what are you bringing to the table? That's the question. I guess we can talk a little bit about these flowchart edge guards while we're waiting. Again, everyone in the audience, I thank you for your patience. We're looking to get into the latter half of this series as soon as possible. Just one last button check, and we'll be on our way. But again, these flowchart edge guards from Ness. We all know about the yo-yo at ledge. Up smash, down smash, they both linger right over the ledge and interrupt a lot of recoveries. However, it's what you do after the yo-yo that can often be the most deadly. Are you using the right, some options? Oh, this is going to be brutal. This could be brutal right here. Fox is one of the most interruptible recoveries in the game. If Spencer gets you off stage, that's their win condition right here. And you can see they're already trying to pressure JRMCG into the corner.
Yes, this is just a show me your moves type moment. Though not the same character, I just wanted to say the line, don't have to judge me, especially after those anime kicks such as so, landing through the nest, jumping around, but very much having to more react when it comes down to Fox. JR though, Jr., how did they take up this matchup? They're spending a lot of time more up and down, but Spencer is just kind of, you know, looking.
Well, that is one thing Fox does have. You can't really react to any of Fox's fast forward, full hops, short hops, especially online. But just because you don't react doesn't mean you're not throwing out preemptive options that are going to cover a lot of ground. You can see covering the platform, then covering right above them, but they weren't expecting JRMCG to run right in. These little taps, they're starting to tack on more percent right there. A juggle right here, an opportunity, one of Fox's strong suits, but now you're forced to recover right there. But I talked about these flowchart edge guards, goes for a high recovery read, and because of that, JRMCG is going to get back on the stage and go a stock up against Spencer.
It's a good way to make ends meet. Unfortunately, you're not going to be keeping it for too long. As we see Spencer now starting to move forward, forcing you off to the side, though, not having to make you use your recovery. Those jumps are always going to be feeling nice. As, my goodness, Spencer is continuing to move forward, not even giving Junior a bit of room to even get a hit in.
And that dash attack on shield gonna be punished. The down smash, whew, that reaches farther forward than I thought. They actually go for the wrong smash attack right there, but it doesn't matter because JRMCG, in their attempt to ride up the stage, they go for the wrong angle and they are going to get pineappled right there. Now, what else can you get here? Dash attack in an air, bit of guaranteed damage. What else? Not much, as the forward air reversals come out from Spencer.
Just looking to do what they can do. Junior isn't gonna be leading any longer. But look at that PK fire into the grab, gonna be launching you off, hoping to interrupt it, but side B more than enough to make you return back into this without any issue. I think the bigger problem is that how do you walk into this against someone like Spencer? Is it just with the legs?
I mean, yeah, you've got to be spacing these back airs. And I do like the frequency of dash attack that we've seen. The falling nair. They go for the nair up smash right there, but that's not going to kill. That's not going to kill it. Is it? Oh my gosh. 100 at ledge with 95%. I think that was right, DI2. Ness is just that powerful and Fox is just that light.
I honestly, that's the best way to put it. I just feel Ness has such a good chance to kill you there, and with Fox not really having the, you know, biggest stomach in the game, it's not really working out in your favor. Spencer, though, did have to work for that victory, putting this in more in favor at this point. Is that game 5 just more of a map difference, or is it still possible?
It is still possible if JRMCG figures out a way around Spencer right now. We didn't even get to see a lot of the interactions that I was calling out before the match. I mean, that up smash, for example, we didn't even get to see that really interrupt JRMCG's recovery. Instead, it was a couple mishaps, but mostly just clean gameplay leading to a lot of these kills. Just a neutral win into a strong aerial. We'll see if JRMCG is able to keep a tighter hand on the helm, keep control, and make sure that they're able to force out these options. Because if you're at least forcing Spencer to use their guaranteed kill options, then at least you know you push them to the limit.
Yep. But moving on to the small battlefield is such a beautiful map. But what's even more beautiful is the stars coming off of Spencer. That's all you're going to be seeing. We don't land the PK fire just right to interrupt it. Even decided giving a bit more room, but Junior still doesn't have much when it comes down to lead-ups.
Now, take a look at JRMCG right here. They're just tacking on a lot of 2-hit strings, and then they back off. 2-hit string, back off, let Spencer push a button, and then punish that button. Beautiful with punishing right there.
But now, looking to stop. You can't walk the dog, that's a fox. And turning red was a good movie. Now, with Junior being able to return to the stage, keeps hopes alive, ends up getting grabbed. Well, I think that's Ness's own special, you know? Just the grab kill.
Yeah, back throw, so powerful. As, oh my gosh, you're just dead! A hard read right there. Cycling the PK Thunder around the projectile. They go for it again. Why not? When you're this far in the lead, you're almost guaranteed to win at this point. And Spencer, all of a sudden the momentum is completely theirs after that one string. JRMCG, they're gonna need a miracle right here if they want to bring this back.
Thank goodness I don't have anger issues, because that would have thrown me over the wall. As we're looking, seeing them being thrown in. Oh my goodness, the read once more, Spencer!
Oh. User. You got they just got dunked. I feel like the first one on the platform was a lot more impressive. That one just called out I mean, you were so scared. You were trying to avoid that PK Thunder at ledge. But this initial back throw, gosh,
what
Fox is light. But here, right here, this is what I'm talking about. They go onto there, and they know that they want to land with an aerial. JRMCG has wanted to land with an aerial this entire time, but what do they find instead? The PK Thunder goes through the underside of the platform to find the kill. And now, Spencer did get something good right here. Reads the landing right there, reads the aggressive option with the up smash, but one good read does not make a game.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I'm a little bit dyslexic at times, so, you know, managing to get that single word off can definitely feel like a big accomplishment, but not only was it just the consistency, but it was just Spencer knowing how to continue off that momentum to lead into the victory with 17-5. I mean, map differentials 100% matter, so don't think that this last round is going to be taken lightly. But still, Spencer lives up to the legacy we know them for.
Yeah, I mean, you're up against Quaz. And Quaz is yet another heavy hitter, a potential starter for Marquette, which coming in as a new player and immediately being a starter, that's how you know you've got some sauce. The thing I remember Quaz for, the thing I label them as, is the most terrifying juggler you could possibly imagine. On this Ivysaur, you're going to see juggle into juggle into juggle into kill every single time, using Ivysaur's two best tools for juggling. You've got the up air and the up B. Both of them finishers and extenders in their own right.
I mean, we've seen a lot of very talented Pokemon trainer characters, especially when it goes down to that Ivysaur. Does the juggle make that much of a difference?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's... You really need to consider, sure, Ivysaur is great at killing. You've got things like Razor Leaf into up B. You got Razor Leaf into up air sometimes depending on where the range is. However, you've got to get that damage somehow. And how do you get that damage? Well, you get Nair strings, you get reads with back airs and forward airs, both disjointed, and you get juggles. You catch their landing again and again and again with a big old leafy explosion. And that is how Spencer gets the damage. And don't get me, or not Spencer, Quaz. And don't get me wrong, Quaz is also very good on a lot of the other PTs, on a lot of the other Pokemon. However, it's the Ivysaur, man. You've got to keep your eye on it.
Well, then that's going to be definitely something, that's what my eye is going to be paying attention to. That'll be a statement as well of just, you know, of like, hey, other Pokemon trainers, you may be good or at least shown. Obviously, we've had other players, not off the top of my head I can remember, but those who are really preferring the Squirtle, those who are somewhat good at mixing it up with all even. But if you're proficient on that Ivysaur, you can basically go up in any matchup you want, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Ivysaur is generally considered to be the weakest among the PTs, but I mean, Okay, I've got producers saying definitely Charizard. Maybe, okay, not maybe. My common wisdom definitely out of tune, because as I was about to say, as of a lot of recent developments in the meta with performances from Ivysaurs such as Quids again and again and again, showing how powerful these confirms are, how you can dominate the kill confirm game with down air into up B into kills. Ivysaur is definitely not the weakest anymore. Are you happy?
Definitely, feel as if the eye is on me after just, saying that, so I'm gonna watch my words very carefully. But still, I definitely love seeing the Ivysaur in there. There's so many, I want to say, options you have that just make it work, make people really like walking out on it, and I am extremely excited as the button check ends. These players, Little Mac versus the Pokemon Trainer. What are we looking for? Because Little Mac is not a very common pick.
Alright, so obviously you can brawl, you can scrap, you can rack up some damage on the Squirtle, but I think Ivysaur's slow-moving projectiles are amazing for controlling the ground. Oh, you're just dead. You're just dead. Bye. Quas is lethal. Like I said, that is the word I associate with them the most. They look for assassinations. They look to take that stock as early as possible.
Well, you're not lying, because that was definitely early, but look at this. Marty's getting around 4, I don't really know what to call them, 4 arrows, 3 arrows, roughly getting close to that KO meter. We've seen a lot of interesting plays coming from them, but KO's goes on to the Squirtles being able to move around very quickly. That KO's still, oh, fuck!
You can't lay a finger on them. Alright, so I'm gonna make some amendments in my notes and just say, okay, maybe their Ivysaur isn't their best, because that Squirtle is packing a punch, way more than Little Mac is at the moment. I would love to talk about what Morning Glory is doing, but Quaz isn't letting them do anything. Finally, I like the use of this safe forward tilt. Forward tilt, one of Little Mac's safer poking tools, rather than just throwing out smash attacks willy-nilly. However, even being as safe as you can, Ivysaur, PT in general, just has the tools to be safer as they go for that little bit of a knowledge check at the ledge with that up B, but now you got a KO punch. Can you get anything from it? You can tell they want that down tilt. They want it bad, but where do you find the opening right here? One more Razor Leaf and you're probably going to lose it. You can tell. Playing so carefully.
That KO's not going to last forever. Unfortunately, it's not going to even last a second. Now, able to switch over to that Charizard. Just looking for the confirm. Poor Little Mac is going to try, but look at that. Goes into the shield, leads into an unfortunate circumstance. And, well, that right there is just darn right
You know how people say Little Mac is one of the worst in the game because you just don't let him play the game. You just beat him out at every twist and turn, and you overwhelm him, and you force him in uncomfortable situations, and you win. You edge guard him. You juggle him. You do everything you can. This is that gameplay that people are playing. A lot of people read that and they're like, oh, I just push buttons on Little Mac and I win. And that's not true. No, this is educated button pushing right here. Look at this. Interrupt the recovery. And they weren't ready for another one immediately.
You know, I know they were talking about working on their Squirtle combos, or you know, working on to make it the better one, and I definitely feel that's, we just saw how well that Squirtle works. I mean, that just speaks volume to how much practice goes into just 1/3 of this character.
And you can see the fear implanted in Morning Glory. Did you see that preemptive air dodge? Charizard hadn't even moved, and they were just like, I know they're gonna pull the trigger, I know, I'm gonna air dodge, and Morning Glory couldn't find their way around that. Despite all their efforts, Little Mac just ain't good at landing, so you're gonna get off of that tri-plat. Instead, you're gonna give yourself a couple more avenues back to the ground right here, but the combos are still gonna be clean, especially if you miss that tech on the platform right there.
A feels bad man type moment, but it does not mean it is a over scenario. Now walking back in, able to lightly get back on, and you're incredibly close to the KO. But this Squirtle is way too fast, slippery as the water on the ground, eventually able just to knock them out, force them up, but going to miss out on that mega move is not, well, that's not gonna feel great.
Yeah, this is looking pretty similar to the last one. You can see Morning Glory trying to play outside of Squirtle's burst range. Very well aware of what could happen. But even when they get the shield, they're only able to get minor punishes on this Squirtle. Nothing more than that. And this Squirtle can die relatively early. Well, very early towards the ledge. But even so, what else can you get? Down throw right here. Goes for a hard read, and you know Quaz is going to punish that. This is their opening. Then they're not going to drop it. That is one thing they're aware of. But they go for an overcommittal side B.
They will never give up the movement. Look at that. Switching over to the Ivysaur in a spot like this is not too uncommon. Already throwing out those, well, Razor Leaves. Morning Glory, though, stuck onto the bottom of the ground. Is eventually able to force Kawas off the side. But, I mean, Ivysaur still feels like they're in relative control.
Ooh. Now, onto the Charizard right here. You can see, playing around this fear factor, around the one dash attack, and the KO punch is gone, okay? And they interrupt the recovery, and they're dead. Just clip it. Just clip it. Don't clip it in terms of clip it, but clip it in terms of clip that recovery with any move. Any move, and they're just dead. And it was clipped because it was killed. But I've said clip too much.
Not enough at times. Definitely something more people are going to want to listen into, but no, not like that. Not like that.
And not with a bang, but with a whisper. Does Quaz finish off a 6 stock right there. 8 points on the board. And here we go. Yeah, they forced an option right there by going for the immediate down air. And here was yet another option. What they get here? Oh, a double tech chase setup? Oh, or jab lock setup, rather. That is one thing I have noticed. No one's ever ready to tech immediately after getting jab locked. It can be busted. Oh, they interrupted the air dodge to ledge, and then they air dodged again. You could tell Morning Glory getting a little flustered right there. I don't hate the air dodge to ledge right there. It was a mix-up that they had gone for, especially after they had been interrupted previously, but even so, unfortunate to see right there. 25-5 right there. Marquette maintains their dominance, and even though University of Montana, they looked like they had a glimmer of hope in that second game, it was dashed almost immediately. Marquette University showing why they are to be respected here in the EGFC.
Absolutely agree. An incredibly amazing performance to see them come out on tonight. 25-5. Well, they were just able to keep moving forward, and now we're gonna have a moment to see what was going on inside their brains. So make sure, folks, that you stay tuned in, because it's been a long night, but we are gonna be easing into the finale with one last interview. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Look at that, moving into the finale. Though this was a theater show in its own right, with stakes, conflict, love, romance. Definitely had it to the heart, but look at this. We are here with one shining player who got to show off today. Coming off of the winning side, how are you feeling? Give yourself not only an introduction, but some love.
I'm feeling pretty good. My name is K Moore, playing for the Marquette Smash team, and it's good to be here. Glad the boys could get the job done and get it done today. Also, shout out to the other team. They played their hearts out, played really well as well.
Yeah, and that was definitely illustrated through your match in particular. And I gotta ask, that Pichu coming out, what is it like trying to navigate that Pichu online? Do you ever get frustrated, or is it?
I do. I definitely do. I don't play online that much, and pretty much whenever I do, it's for the team, so I have to get used to it. But it's still pretty fun every now and then, and I love Peach as a character. He's very fast, mobile, has some pretty clean combos, but it can be a little difficult sometimes. So I gotta choose other people like, Power Mithra, who's a little easier online. So.
Definitely a fair point, and I gotta say, you guys have been working hard, working shining. So I do want a little bit more insight, because at least for me, I sometimes look down onto the Pichu. So what about it makes it? Is it just really that mobility, that they're fast, or are you just in love with everything that is Pichu?
As a fighting game player, I grew up with characters that are like either very mobile and like die pretty fast, like glass cannons. Like I played Akuma in Street Fighter. So just that mentality of like, I'm just gonna go in, see what happens. If I die, then at least I went strong in. So I stick to my mentality. None against other Pichu mains out there, but I feel like he's like a hard character to play still, because you can't die like 50 in a lot of cases, as you saw in the Diddy Kong match. Like I got caught out ledge a couple times, just died straight up from a forward smash. So it's definitely harder than it looks, but I can see how it could be annoying to play against when you're playing a heavy and just get like combo foddered. So
hey, that's the risk reward you got to be going for. But turning away from the character and onto your team as a whole, we haven't really gotten a lot of insight into Marquette in terms of a team. So let me ask, like, who is like the best who is your practice partner on the team, or do you all play together?
We usually play together on Saturdays. We host weeklies at our campus, and we just like get together, play, see what characters work, what don't work, and just have a like all-around good time. Definitely shout out to our like rising stars like Extreme and Chico, who came out this year, and they're like incredible like assets to our team for sure. But Spitzer and like D-Wiz and Quas have been here for a while, and as you can see, they're always willing to put on a show for us. So.
So I gotta say, at least for me, when it comes down to my final question, what's been helping you guys kind of keep up this pace, hype, and energy? Because sometimes, sometimes you can get lost in the ego, and you guys have been pretty humbled and pretty consistent throughout it, and I want that insight.
Yeah, I think we just like to play together as a team, and we're always like willing to back each other up and pick each other up whenever like we start to feel someone's getting down, and then like we just make sure to keep our mental strong, and just because GG go next sometimes.
Yeah, and that is very good to hear, and I'm glad you're able to just shrug off any sort of adversity and keep moving on as a team, and I hope that carries you through the rest of the season. But for now, congrats again on the win, and best of luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you, and happy birthday to my friend Rombles as well.
Hey, happy
birthday, Rombles! And with that, we are going to be wrapping up for the night. Thank you all so much for watching EGFC. If you like what you saw, be sure to follow @official EGF on Twitch, on Twitter, everywhere. Additionally, you can check out all of the amazing people behind and in front of the camera. We got username Intel right here on this side, @username_Intel. Additionally, all of this and EGF SSBU are produced by the House of 3000 everywhere. Be sure to check them out. Some of the best production in Smash you will ever find. And of course, I am Kilo Miles IRL. You can see me right down there. But we would all appreciate that, and we'd appreciate you dropping a follow for this channel too. Hey, it always helps. It always helps drive up the viewership. But like I said, I've been Kilo Miles. This has been User Intel. We are signing off for the night.